No, fuck. Fun! Oh! Get the fuck out! Oh! Like fractals. Yo, what's good? Easy Breezy Eve here, and today we got The Haunting of Hill House, episode 7 already, called The Eulogy. In the last episode, it was an emotional episode. It was Nell's wake. I think we call it a wake. The family basically gets to the funeral home at Shirley's place, and while all that happens, the dad shows up. Shirley learns that Theo took the money to pay for a PhD, which Shirley then just kicks her out. And then after calling Steven out and calling the money he earned blood money, the husband of Shirley admitted to taking the money as well to keep their business afloat, and she feels embarrassed by it. Fast forward, we see her husband and Theo in a room downstairs, which was weird because Theo is not really into men. I'm pretty sure we saw 2 specific ghosts in the funeral home in the last episode. One of them is obviously Nell, is the bent neck lady. It was most likely her that intentionally dropped her own casket and body to stop Steven and Hugh from fighting, which makes sense if it's true. The buttons on the face as well, I'm not sure who or what happened there, but we did see a second ghost during that episode. I thought it looked kind of like Shirley, but if I had to guess who really it was, because the dad was there and the dad was talking to someone, right? His imaginary person he's talking to, maybe it's most likely the mom, right? We saw in the flashbacks as well how the mom was acting weird during the storm. Obviously, there's something going on back at that house, and something that's gonna happen with the mom. Both I and Luke was like, why is it so complicated to explain what happened, what really happened to the mom? We still haven't gone back to the house yet, so it seems like nobody's gonna go back to the house until probably the very last episode. That's what I'm gonna guess. Maybe some of them will go back, next episode or episode 9. That's just my prediction. I haven't seen the season yet. But if it does, it seems like not everybody would. It just seems like they're saving the best for last, sort of speak. But Luke and Hugh, man, they know what's really going on. Some shady, weird shit's going on related to Hill House. Nell, her death was not a suicide, and it seems like those 2 definitely believe that, but the rest are still skeptical. So anyway, I didn't mention it at the end of my last video on Hill House, was that the kids claimed they saw some sort of wolf dog monster. I forgot exactly what they said, but some sort of beast with glowing eyes. So I wonder if we'll actually see that, sometime throughout this season. So that would be interesting as well, because why would you mention it if we're not gonna see it? But you never know. You never know what's gonna happen here. This episode is called The Eulogy, or just Eulogy. So I'm guessing it's gonna be the burial of Nell. And let's see if we uncover some more family secrets. I've been talking too much. I'm just excited to see what the fuck is actually going on at Hill House. Oh, we're starting in the past. Okay. Is he in the police station right now being interrogated? Why did he blank out like that? I swear, like, this dude, man.
Sorry about that. I told you that, right? I've told you that.
Yeah. That's weird because, like,
to be honest, it wouldn't look so good.
It seems like he wasn't arrested, so, like, why did the kids continue living with the aunt?
I've been up all night. I've probably said some crazy stuff. I'm not under arrest.
Oh, no. You are not.
Oh, but this is the Hugh episode.
All right.
Ah,
right now,
okay.
My guys are talking. This couple.
The Dudleys.
The Dudleys, I believe. I haven't talked about the other body.
That didn't have anything to do with us.
The other body?
You can fix it right here.
What is the other body?
You're good at fixing things. I keep hearing this.
They must have found like another body that died at the house a long time ago.
Now get this over with.
Sit tight.
It's
no trouble.
Cop tactics.
Well, it's a rental. Not a lot of choices.
Who are you talking to, my man?
How about this?
Talking to Olivia? You know, they made us watch Ordinary People in high school. After reading the book, I think. That's how I know this guy.
Lilies. You're bringing me calla lilies.
You're really a grandfather?
That's right.
How come we've never met you?
I don't talking about my order. That won't.
Uh-oh, this dude.
Where have you been? You missed breakfast.
In the doghouse is where he's been. Damn.
Jaden, Allie, go get dressed.
I'm
Tough
not finished
negotiator.
dressed.
I want to change my clothes. I mean, I didn't bring any of my. Okay.
Wonder where she gets that from.
Ah, the open secret is revealed. Oh, Olivia.
Surely needed.
It's not fair
Space.
to look that
Bear
good.
with her.
But it's super localized.
So, these
2 miles wide.
windows
One of
did
the most
shatter.
dangerous storms, but it hits a really small area. It feels like it only hit this house.
Dad?
Storm was just last night. It can't be all
You're
down
right.
here.
Can't be that fast. It's down here.
What does that mean?
Father Mucker.
Really, Dad?
Yep. No.
Oh,
This is black mold. It's dangerous to breathe.
damn straight it
How
is.
long?
What is that? Like something living in there?
Maybe rats.
Yeah, maybe
Could be
rats.
What happened to the pipes? When rats get thirsty enough, they'll chew through just about anything.
What does it say? Oh, it's a person? It's a face. Looks like Steven.
He's looking a lot better now, right? Doesn't he?
Guess so.
You, on the other hand.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh no, it's just you look a little.
I don't really get it. Until you fuck up. Really fuck up.
So I'm confused. Did she really hook up with the
I didn't
husband?
expect that.
I don't know. You guys let me know.
Assessing the damage.
Mhm.
Where is it? Where's the damage?
Second floor hallway behind
That's
the
the
library
flashback
wall.
voice.
Master
Uh-huh.
bedroom.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
I'm telling you, man. They're hidden rooms.
We're gonna lose our shirts.
It's weird because when they were about to flash back, we saw the current
Some of
ghost
them are just scribbles, and the work records are a mess.
of
Well, I
Olivia
can't flip this
lips
house, it's running
moving,
with
but it was from the
I
memory.
can't flip it.
So is it a ghost or is it his
Plans into
imagination?
blueprint.
I've checked everywhere but one room.
Well, that's probably your culprit.
Did rats get through a pipe?
We checked
It's
them
because
out.
it's not rats.
Bring in
It's
fans and dry everything
fucking
out.
ghosts
Feed
scratching.
with Thymol, powerful stuff.
Well, I've got help.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll help.
Lee is here. Well, you know. Guess she would be. Nope, they're not reconciling anytime soon.
We were.
We were
Those last few
solid,
days
babe.
don't count. That wasn't us.
Yeah, they were doing really well from all the flashbacks.
What?
For the hangover, mix beer and tomato juice and power it down.
Does it work? So you're saying the best hangover remedy is heroin?
By 8 Mile.
Oh wow.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Who the fuck invited her?
What are you doing here?
I saw in the obit and I wanted to be here.
You
for-
thought you'd what exactly?
Well, you didn't tell me that your sister died. I just wanted to support you, and if I'd known.
If I wanted you to know that, I would have told you that.
Damn.
Look, it's okay.
Nellie, she was laughing so hard when she told me.
Oh yeah. Oh, we knew. Your mom. Yeah, she guessed it.
What's that? Aunt, the aunt.
There she is.
They're ripping the whole thing apart.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear that. But it's not just from the book that I think there's another room. I mean, it's pretty obvious now, but also the opening credits, right? It showed the maze.
There's no rats down here. What a pro, huh? I'm gonna add
It's
some
not
strip malls to the
rats.
shopping list.
Hanging plastic, and then we ventilate it.
What are you seeing, Hugh?
Be safe down here, okay?
She's not dead. She's just away.
She's not dead. She's just away.
Anyone wants to say a few words?
Away in another fucking dimension. With her neck bent. Oh, no, don't let Luke talk. Come on. I'm not ready.
I was the oldest, so she had to do what I said. I mean, even though she knew it was bullshit.
She's just too good.
The last time I saw her, she, you go in there and you bring my brother back.
Oh, no.
Bring my brother back.
No,
I was
fuck.
born 90 seconds before no. But she was always my big sister.
That's crazy.
It's water, but I gotta look.
Water's probably collecting up there, man.
What's this? I don't know exactly.
The secret floor.
Let's just do these.
Yeah. I think you might be right.
It's
probably
not your place. Why? What has he been seeing of her?
You know, I was actually born here.
Wow, were you?
Is that right?
Yeah. And I swear I could hear her out there.
Talking?
Giggling like a schoolgirl in love. Out there in the cold. Talking low, like to a suitor.
What?
But it rattled her so good. She ran home. Through the woods. No light. Scratched her face to ribbons on the branches. We stopped coming here after dark. Told Miss Hill, you can fire us. But once dinner's served, we leave.
They
Come
gave
back
him a
in the
little
morning for the
backstory
dishes.
to explain why they do that.
Never spend a minute inside after dark. But if you find your missus is acting scattered,
Get the fuck out.
a little time away would do the trick.
Yeah, the Dudleys in the book, they leave right after dinner as well. Looking for more blueprints? I mean, there surely must be a way in to those secret rooms. It's just, unless they did close them up with a wall.
Ride with us.
I wonder if we'll find out who that
there.
ghost that Cheryl keeps seeing is. Probably they're like, I don't know. Maybe she had a first husband or something.
You coming with us?
Nope.
I'll meet you there.
Need a ride?
Man. Haunted by your soulmates.
About Nellie and what your brother said.
Don't.
We all do, but if there's one thing we can do,
Is stuck your hand.
right in the fan.
Is that what happened to your hand?
Over there. And hand me that hex wrench. It should be in that box.
I thought his hand injury happened that night. It is a face. It's definitely a face. Whose face? That's the question. Oh, he's gonna realize it's on! Oh! Oh, fucking shit!
Dad?
Ah!
I told you to unplug the accident.
Oh, it wasn't that night. He already hurt his hand. Oh,
Listen,
fuck.
pal. Why don't you go up?
Oh, he's gonna bust right through. Obviously, it wasn't Steven that plugged it back in. He's not gonna get through, is he? Nope. It's a big ass door.
Fuck you!
Hey, your hand, bro! Ah. That shit, man. Is the scars still there? Oh, we're at the burial now.
She did raise her.
Still.
Being over dramatic or what? Nah, she must be genuine. Oh! What the fuck? He can see her now?
Don't.
Oh! Oh! What the fuck? Hey! That's not Nell? Who was that?
Did you see her? No.
That's not Nell. The second ghost isn't Nell.
Hey, stop it.
His mom. It was the mom's ghost.
Look at me.
Okay.
Hell, I've seen things this week, but it's not real. It's not.
I've seen things this week, but it's not real.
Together, like Mom.
So, like, the mom has two ghosts. There's the ghost, the person that dad is talking to, and then there's the ghost that we saw at the funeral home and tried to pull Luke. Oh. What's she doing?
Liv?
Listen to Mr. Dudley, man. You gotta get her out of here. She's doing her sleepwalking shit. Oh, hey! Made it seem like she was pressing.
You?
Screwdriver to my throat.
No, I wasn't.
We need to talk.
No, I wasn't.
We gotta do.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know what we have to
What?
do, but we have to do something. You're.
Ground floor plan. Okay.
It's a footprint to our house. To our forever house. You drew it again and again.
What?
You did.
Like fractals?
Just for a couple days or something.
Janet.
That could be good.
Oh, Janet is her sister.
How? You'd have to juggle the kids and the house and...
I'll man.
Probably won't have to see them again for years if you don't want to.
Trying to figure out why she's wearing that particular dress, and have
do
we
want
seen
to.
her in a different
Yeah.
dress?
Talking earlier at the grave. You know,
Well,
You're not
that was
crazy.
embarrassing.
no.
He says it himself. It's a coping mechanism.
They do that. They recreate loved ones in their mind. And
So it's not really a
I shouldn't be
ghost.
embarrassed about it. In fact, my therapist says that it's a perfectly normal.
I'm happy for you. Yeah.
Or it's up to interpretation, I guess.
Doesn't mean it's always the case.
Big boys know the difference between what's real and imaginary. Isn't that right, Dad?
Oh. His dad said that to him. That Shirley's? Something or someone behind that wall, man. Gotta break it down. See what's behind it. Like, this wall, it looks such a shoddy job. Like, look at the cement between the bricks. It looks like they did that in like half a day.
Little shits. You little shits are dead.
Don't put your hand in there. Okay, I was about to say. Oh. What did you see? His hand fell in there. Someone must have grabbed it. Oh! Someone got fucking buried in there. Oh.
Good
So-
Lord.
I'm gonna keep the children upstairs.
This is the same cop who was interrogating him.
Saw one of our oldest cold cases.
Wait, what was that he was holding? Oh, wow!
Hill, been missing since 48.
The thing had a cane. That thing had a cane. Oh.
Widow had PIs looking for him for years after.
A member of the Hill family,
Looks like
still.
he bricked himself in. The
William
tools right here
Hill.
with him. And man, the scratches.
Scratches. He was the one scratching, trying to get out.
Yeah, he was. Well, good news is Massachusetts doesn't require that you disclose you've had any death on the premises to any potential buyers.
Oh. Well, I guess that's a silver lining. But it must be the guy with the top hat was following Luke,
You know, I gotta
the other
ask.
episode.
You know, folks around town talk. They've always talked about this place.
Is it haunted?
At least a few of my kids sure think so.
Yeah. It's real nice meeting you.
He talked with all of his children, and now it's with Steven.
And I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Just say it,
It's the
man.
regret of my life.
He's not gonna say
I'm
it.
so sorry.
You fly safe.
You too.
Shit. And the caterer's got to be paid.
No, Luke.
Did you tow my car? I mean, my car is gone.
Luke
It was
took the
outside
credit
my house
cards and
like
then took
always is,
the
anyhow, it's
car.
gone.
You probably parked it somewhere else.
Luke went back to the house?
My wallet's not in here. It was in here.
You saw him.
Oh,
Where the hell is it?
no,
Did Kevin take
Luke.
my goddamn wallet?
You saw him, but you didn't want to believe it.
Surely. I'm sure it's around. Kevin's by the kitchen.
Guys.
What? Dirt? Where is it going? Downstairs? In the office? Oh, the Forever House blueprints.
God. Oh no, she's gonna kill someone.
It's okay. I can.
What is that? Theo sees it too. It's crawling! Get out! Get the fuck out now! Oh, it's ugly as fuck! What is that? Who is that? Hey, get the fuck out!
Make it stop, make it stop, make it stop.
Did she see it? Cause she touched the house?
What's that screaming?
No, she's wearing gloves.
I can fix it. I can fix it.
I can fix it. He can fix everything.
The house killed her.
I know what
The house did
So
kill
you're
her.
either in denial of your wife committing. What happened in those 3 hours, Hugh?
There's 3 hours.
I was mourning.
You didn't call us.
That's not
for
what
3
happened,
hours
Hugh.
Because you were grieving.
That's right.
That's
Mm.
what she says. That you ran up the stairs to the red room.
The red room. Call back to The Shining.
Nothing. That door's been locked.
That's not a face that saws nothing. It's open. Oh, it's the door at the opening credits. I didn't even realize that. Oh, you're gonna end it there? So that's the Eulogy episode. It's basically the Hugh Crain episode. Really 2 different things going on here. We have the Eulogy and we have the flashback of when Hugh was working on the house really, but particularly the basement after the storm. So in the Eulogy, we start off at the funeral home and then Shirley reads a poem and then Luke gives a eulogy, which was very heartbreaking to say the least. And then there was the burial. The burial is where I think the only one out of 2, so there was only 2 sort of ghost moments in this episode, and one of them was at the burial itself, where Luke sees Nell as the bent neck lady, and then it's grabbed by someone. It's a ghost. I think it's the ghost of the mom. I think that's what they said. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell with they all look fucked up. Of course, Steven tells Luke it's not real, it's your mind, you know, it's grief and it's all the stress. But the dad overhears it and he sees that Luke is not coping well, right? And everybody's afraid that he'll start to use again, you know, especially after he's been clean for 3 months. But he eventually takes credit cards and Theo's car, and they think he's basically gone out to use again. So my prediction is he didn't. He's not gone out to use again, or he may have gone out to use again, but it will ultimately bring him back to the house, okay? So that is my prediction. I think he will be the first one going back to the house, and then the rest will find out later and then follow him back there. That's just what I think, but I am not sure. I'm probably gonna be completely wrong when we go to the next episode. The other big ghost thing that happened was the Forever House model, Shirley's Forever House, which I'm sure is based on the mom's Forever House, was destroyed, and there was dirt tracked into the office, and one of the ghosts, it looks like the mom's ghost again, but she's crawling and it's the ghost that broke the house and then started going towards Theo and the dad, Hugh, and they get scared and they scream. The ghost was pretty fucking scary, like that shot where it's like going towards the camera, that freaked me out. And then Shirley comes and she's upset that the house, you know, is destroyed. Shirley is a skeptic like Steven, so when the dad tries to explain, he's like, you know, like, what if he says the ghost did it, right? What's Shirley gonna say? Like, you know what I mean? So it was no point really to try to explain. And then that's when they find out that their stuff is missing. We also didn't resolve the ghost that Shirley sees. Who is that, right? So Shirley has this little weird separate backstory that that's like separate, it seems to be, from all the Hill House stuff, but we'll see if it really is separate from the Hill House stuff. Going back to the flashback, so after the storm, a bunch of mold grew, and it grew at a rate that's super fast, that wouldn't usually happen normally, and then it leads them to the basement, Hugh and Steven, and that's when the accident to the hand happened. That's why he wrapped his hand, but then it starts to bleed again after later on Hugh punches the door with the red door because he can't get in. But what looked like they started hearing scratches from behind one of the walls, and turns out it was like a shoddy made wall. Instead of just spraying and covering it up, Hugh broke through it, and instead of finding rats, because he heard scratches, he found William Hill, I think the name was, with a cane. So it seems to be, I would guess it had a cane, so it seems to be that the top hat cane ghost, a tall one, but it could be someone else, I don't know. But it said that he was trapped there alive and he was scratching behind the bricks, and that's what the scratches were. It was ghost scratches. Another reveal is that the dad is adamant that the house killed the mom, just like we saw the house kill Nell. So exactly how, we're not sure, but I'm sure we'll find out. This was very much a Hugh Crain centered episode. So even though we didn't learn everything about what he saw in the house, we kind of see everything through his perspective. In the present day, again, he has a heart-to-heart basically with each one of his children except for Nell, and also except for Steve, because there are things that he wants to say that we see Olivia, the imagined Olivia, I'm not gonna call her ghost at this point, because it's really explained even by Hugh himself as it's a coping mechanism, right? It's not really a ghost. There is interesting things about that, because he says not all the time, and it's also, we saw Nell during the Nell episode see the mom next to the dad. So like the Nell has also seen Olivia's apparition standing next to the dad during her wedding, and it could be that she's also manifesting it, imagining it, and not necessarily it's a supernatural occurrence, wishing that her mom was there during her wedding. Surely we'll eventually get an Olivia Crain episode. She's the only one left that we haven't seen anything through their perspective. But going back to Olivia, she was in this episode a lot, and we kind of see her in a way progress until right before that night, right? We kind of see her sort of deteriorate mentally. She starts to, in the previous episode, she was sleepwalking. She almost killed Hugh in his sleep just now with the screwdriver. But she's adamant to not leave the house. She thinks she can cope. We know that she won't cope because she will die in that house. It's just a matter of how the house killed her. Anyway, I didn't see any hidden ghosts. I was looking, but if there were any, I missed them. And again, I don't want to go find them because I don't want to unintentionally spoil anything for myself. But I will, later on after I watch all the episodes, I'll go watch them. I'll see where all the hidden ghosts were. Be interesting. If there were any this episode, I completely missed it. Anyway, as some of you know, I did read the book, and there were things that either reminded me of something happening in the book, or was loosely referenced, or just I'm making very, very loose connections and I'm reaching a little bit, but I'll just share them with you guys. Well, first and foremost, I might have mentioned this in the episode 1, but the house itself has hidden rooms. I really thought that for a second when Hugh breaks down that wall, it was just gonna lead to a whole new world, but no, it was just some guy, some bones. But again, there's a hidden compartment there, and I'd be surprised if that's the only hidden thing we find out about the house, and we haven't even been in the red room yet. But again, it's giving me an excuse to talk about the house in the novel. The house in the novel, the architecture is like slightly off everywhere. The angles are slightly off. Nothing is perfect, but it's still quaint and beautiful in its own way. But there were rooms leading into rooms. Like, for example, I think you had to go through one room to get to the kitchen. Like, there's no direct path to go to the kitchen. So they always get, like in the beginning of the book, they always would get lost trying to get to the kitchen from the bedroom. Like, even in the opening credits, we see the house is shown to be like a maze, right? It hasn't really been depicted that way in this show, but I wouldn't be surprised if they make more references to that aspect of the house in the final 3 or 2 episodes. But yeah, I mean, in the show, the house is much nicer than I would have imagined it if I didn't watch the show, if I had just read the book. The house in the book is a bit more gothic, and it reminds me of Edgar Allan Poe's short story Fall of the House of Usher. Like, the house is sort of a beast of its own. The other thing is the voices in the woods. Okay, so just now we heard the Dudleys' sort of story, their sort of encounter with supernatural phenomena in the house. And while telling his story, he talked about how Mr. Dudley talked about how his mother would go, was it his mother or his wife? I know his wife heard the baby, but I think his mother was the first one. His mother would go into the woods at night, and he would hear her having conversations with someone in the woods, right? And clearly there's nobody in the woods, but hear her having conversations and giggling as if she were courting someone in the woods. The haunted woods is an aspect in the book. One of the characters goes to the woods, sort of gets lost or loses the party she was with, and while looking for them, she hears voices. She hears voices sort of calling her name while she's in the woods, and that sort of supernatural being or ghosts in the woods is something that happened in the book. So it was cool to hear that they sort of brought it back for the Dudleys' backstory in the show. Speaking of the Dudleys, in the book as well, the Dudleys would only come in the morning, cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then they would leave immediately, and they would never come to the house at night. They won't stay at the house, and that is also what happens in this show. But in the show, they use that supernatural occurrence with Dudley's mom and Dudley's wife about the baby and hearing her baby cry, his baby cry for the first time, the stillborn. They use that as sort of the reason why they don't come to the house at night. That's the only way they can survive, and now their lives are back to normal because they disassociate from the house during the nighttime. In the book as well, night times are when supernatural occurrences occur. They don't really happen in the daytime. So that aspect of it, the Dudleys not being at the house at night, is also the same in the book. There's just, in the book, it's not really explained why, it's implied why, right? They know that they shouldn't be there at night because of all the haunting. They just keep quiet about it. It was a good backstory though to give the Dudleys. The Dudleys, we don't learn too much about them except for that they've been there for generations, similar to in the show. And it's nice that they imagine this sort of backstory for them, a tragic one to say the least as well. So that was really cool. I thought that was really cool. And my final one here, I don't know if that's 4 or 5, but my final one here is in the show, Olivia, she sort of goes crazy in the house. I mean, like, she starts to lose herself, and like I mentioned earlier, starts to sleepwalk and everything like that. So that whole process of her sort of losing her mind, for lack of better terms, is sort of outlined in the flashbacks here in the show. That sort of thing does happen in the book as well, not to Olivia. There's no Olivia character in the book, but there is a character who feels sort of intimate bond with the house. And the reason why I put that here as a book reference is there's one part in the episode where, besides her, losing her mind in the house and kind of becomes more unstable, Hugh asks Olivia that, taking the Dudley's advice, that she should leave the house so that she can take care of herself and her mental health. But Olivia insists that she does not leave, right? Olivia insists that she does not leave and that she can handle it. She can handle to stay in the house. Something similar happens to one of the characters in the house where she's forced to leave because she sort of broke down, right? Like, her episodes were getting more and more and more heightened, that they decided it's no longer safe for her to stay in the house. And something similar is happening here with Olivia. And even in the interrogation room just now, we saw that she was supposed to leave and meet Janet, but she didn't leave. So in the book, spoiler alert, in 3, 2, 1, okay, that same character didn't want to leave and insists that she stay in the house, right? Because in the book, actually, it's more intense. I don't know what's going to happen in the show, but she really felt like the house is her home and she's the rightful person to stay in the house, and even started scheming about, she'll pretend to leave and then come back because she just couldn't leave the house. The intimate bond with the house was really that deep for the character. So a lot parallels there. Not exactly the same, but parallels there. So that's it for me. Oh man, I can't wait. 3 more episodes left. It's always sad to get to the end, but you always want to get through the end because it's such a good show. Really, some of you guys love it so much. I mean, I love it too, but I mean, some people are saying best show ever, man. So, and yeah, I understand why you'd say that. If you're still here, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Go ahead and hit the like button if you liked it, and go ahead and hit the subscribe. It'll help the channel out a lot. And if you've already done that, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And just remember, until the next episode, Eazy does it.